is Johnny S with another happy game review. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible so I don't bore anybody. We're going to review Achilles Survivor. It's one of the new games, relatively new, that has come out. It's a top-down isometric action RPG kind of game, let's say. It's a very casual game. You can play with one hand. It's basically a survival. Hordes of enemies come towards your location as you're auto-attacking and you try to survive and go through the stages. It's a casual, repetitive type of a game. I will give it a score around 8 out of 10. It's very nice, it's very good. It costs around $5 if I'm not mistaken on the Steam store, so it is quite good. It is early access, and we're going to go straight into it. So this is the greeting screen that you're faced with when you first initiate the game. You have a couple of settings that you can go through. You have the achievements, which is basically just collectibles that you can, they don't serve any sort of, let's say, they do serve something. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I guess I didn't know that. So these are achievements that give you some sort of reward. I haven't spent much time on this game, probably less than some of the other games. Maximum 3 hours, I would say, of game time, spread out across a whole week. So I had this game for a week. The favorites is where you actually go and you upgrade specific elements. Again, like I said, we haven't proceeded too much. You have your survivors and you have the structures. So an interesting thing with this top-down isometric action rogue game is the fact that you can actually craft, you can gather resources, which is like rock metal, and you can actually craft buildings in specific point locations that allow you to additionally either support yourself or cause additional damage to the enemies. Mainly the way that I've played it is I'm trying to focus on making it easier. So at the moment we're getting a lot more, let's say, power. So this is our health regeneration in order for us to be able to sustain. Then the second component that we focused was this one, which is pure full power damage. The third one is the cooldown, meaning that we have much more uptime on our skills. And the other one that we're trying to figure and to complete now is the critical hit chance. So to be able to cause more critical hit damages, and then we're going to go for the critical damage. There is another way that you can go about it, which is like utility wise. So you can give yourself a lot of movement speed, so you can move away a lot easier. The collection rate, how big your range is when you're picking up the crystals, gain more XP, gain more lag. So you can go down this route if you would like. As far as the structures go, I started from the left towards the right, focusing more on the construction speed to make it much easier, then on the structure durability, then on the structure effectiveness. So this is how much damage and how much health and how much the effect of each one of these structures does to you. And then we have the structure invulnerability time, which I consider to be the least important out of them all. In either case, this is where you pile up your this is where you stack up your currency in order to upgrade your whole thing, which affects how far you can go through the stages. The obols that you see at the top is basically for the survivor, and the adamant is for the structures at the bottom over here. Then we go straight away into playing it. There's 2 modes at the moment we haven't unlocked through Greece, so that's something. Troy is the only one that we played, and we've gone up to 53%. There's 3 sections, so you select by selecting your realm, your location, and your survivor. So we're selecting at the moment Troy. It's the only one that we can. We have 5 different stages here which we have not completed. I'm guessing that getting a gold and doing all the achievements, on this one for example we're missing 1 achievement, so we got silver. On this one we haven't attempted it at all. Each one of these is much more difficult, so you can see the skulls at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 and this is going to be, I'm guessing, 5. And let's go for the first one just to showcase. These are the different sort of heroes that you get. We got Achilles. We have unlocked at the beginning, I think you got Achilles, you got Tantalus and Brontes. I think these are the only 3. Slowly as you do more things, you unlock more stuff. So we unlocked Hector. This one is a locked one. He seems to be like a bow ranger guy, and it gives you the condition in order to unlock him. So you have to collect 5 Rowan Wolves and Troy. We have collected 2. So once we get 5, we're going to unlock that guy also. This guy is also locked. Complete 5 rounds playing as any warrior. Okay, maybe we haven't played with warrior. Diomedes, this is another guy. Interesting. And yeah, okay. So usually so far I have tested each one of them and I didn't really go crazy about it. The one that I'm keep on playing with is Achilles. Once you select Achilles, he's going to start going into the game. So let's select him. Let it load. and this is how you start. Obviously the difficulty now for me is much easier because I leveled up a couple of things. It's not going to be like that when you begin. One negative thing, so I gave the score 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, obviously because I'm Greek, I like the whole Greek thing, that also plays a role. We're leveled up, let's go with power speed. I like the warrior thing and everything, and the graphics are very nice. There seems to be a lot of content and very nice aesthetically done. One of the negative things, and it is early access, it might change, that I will mention is I would have liked to be able to see his animation on his basic attack. So he's throwing his spear at the moment, but you see him, he's not moving. All similar games as such, at least on the basic attack, you do see him move, animate, and throw the spear. I don't know why they have chosen to go along this path, but I would have preferred to see him attack. Now it seems as if he's just stationary. So you got 20 minutes on the first stage as you go through. You're selecting as you level up. So at the bottom you can see our level, we're at 5 at the moment. You're leveling up different skills as you're going along. I will choose this power, and every time you go up a level you get specific powers. You unlock active skills as per the levels that it shows underneath on the bar. So we have level 12 for example, level 20 you can unlock a new skill. Let's get movement speed is not bad. We're collecting these little rock things, and so if you see, we got some coins and we got some rock, some minerals or whatever you want to call them. At the moment we're at 4. As we're going through this, we're collecting them. We're going 5, we're going 6, 8. So you might get more than one, let's say, as you're going through. The pickup range is quite good, so you can see those balls that they fall down. In comparison to other games, you have to move a lot closer. So let's say those two, you're picking them up quite easily. Usually when we begin, what I like to do is pile on the resources. Let's go with cooldown speed. And there's some objectives also, like this chest here, for example. You just stay in the area, fills up, and you get a reward. So at the beginning, usually what I like to do is go and collect all the resources. The money that we see, the 14 gold, that is used to actually upgrade our character, and the resources at the bottom are used to actually build our structures. Our structures can be built on specific areas. These are bigger mining things, let's say. So you go on top of them, you capture it, and then it starts giving you, you can see +1, +1. So those are a little bit tricky because you have to stay within the circle, and as enemies come along, you have to defend it. Let's go with damage. There's an elite that has a spawn, he's chasing us. Usually what I like to do here is just go around and around. At the top right hand side we can see the minimap, and these flags is where you go to build your towers. I will show that later. Usually what I like to do is collect as much metal as possible. You can see on the minimap, even if it's out of location, it will show you towards the direction of where the deposits are. Let's go. These guys are exploding, so we gotta take a little bit of care. The lead enemy is a little bit tricky. Let's buff up the damage a little bit, make things easier. We have to step out. You gotta be careful of this blowing up, guys. Okay. The plus numbers is the regeneration that we get over our character. So you'll see +2, the green numbers on top of our character. That means that he's healing. At the moment we're full of life, so he's not healing any further. Let's go get the rest of the mining things, I call them. I don't know what they're called. So basically we're trying to stack up as much as resources, that 38, 39 that we've shown, in order for us to be able to build things. A new active skill power, which is good. Every time you go up, so on level 20, you're going to get a new skill power as well, so you become much more offensive, let's say. And of course the structures also help you because they can be both offensive or defensive. There's a little bit of a pushback when you first capture one of these things. You gotta keep an eye out on the exploding guys. They do cause our damage, so we'll have to take care a little bit on that. It is getting a little bit contestant. Okay, we got it. Now from the mini-map, from what it shows, it seems that we've gathered most of the resources. Let's go damage. The red numbers, the light red numbers, is the damage that you cause onto the enemies. And if you walk over an enemy, you will see a darker red. That is the damage that the enemy causes to you. We'll capture this box also. This gives us additional coins, additional resources and everything. And from the minimap, as I can see, there is one more rock deposit, a small rock deposit on the bottom left hand side. You can see it from the icon, which is like a little bit red. It's different than the circle ones, and all the circle ones are basically the ones that you can build. An elite has spawned, so the elites are a little bit more difficult, but nothing extreme. Okay, we capture this. You can get contestant a little bit. We increase our pickup range. Just to make things a little bit more simple, we'll go get the last deposit. So you can see on the left hand side it shows that little icon, very faintly, but you can see that there's a mineral deposit. So we're 5 minutes into the stage already. We're almost gathered all the resources that we need. We're sitting on 71 resources, which is quite good. We got a couple of damage, quite a bit of damage, so it is getting a little bit difficult, and hence why you need the structures. So usually what I like to do is I would like to go to a place where there's a couple of structures together. So let's pick that up. Here you see that on the map that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, which are quite good. So when you go to the structures, I like to make, this is a defensive structure, it heals you. This one upgrades your skills. These are the Trojan horses, you get some guys to spawn out, and these are the prices below. I would like to cancel this. Usually what I like to do is start with the flame tower. There's no flame towers here at the moment. Let's see if there's a flame tower here. Yeah, fiery turret. This one causes a lot of damage, and it allows you to stay around the tower. So once that comes out and enemies start heading towards you, you can just sort of stay around your tower, and you become a little bit more defensive. Let's say it gives you the capability to, as you can see, clear better the area. So you're making like safe spots. Let's say getting a little bit of damage. Okay, we're trying to get to that turret. Another fiery tower. Once you have a couple of turrets around you, you see now if we stay here in the middle, it's kind of helping us become more defensive, and we're healing also up those +2. When you're killing enemies, you can also get resources as well. I will say here we can go with the upgrade one to upgrade one of our skills. Increase attack speed and cooldown speed, release additional strikes. I will say this one. We get more XP, keep on going. We've done a little bit of utility, and we could have focused a little bit on the damage. This will do the Myrmidons. It's quite cheap, it's only 5 resources. So once this spawns, you will get guys that spawn out of this, these guys here with the green, and they will help you along and hit enemies around. So at the moment we've made kind of like a safe spot, which is like here in the middle, let's say. And that's the whole process of the game. Building towers, collecting resources, and whenever there is an objective that appears, you go towards the objective. At the moment on the top hand side we see a little box. So we do have an objective to go for. Let's kill the elite and get quite a bit of an XP. One more level and we get our maximum skill, our last skill point. We're 19. So on level 20 we're going to get our final active skill point. I'm going to fill up the bar at the bottom. For this one I will select this skill here, which is basically so that swings around us, and we'll go up and we'll get the objectives. So you can walk away far away from your thingy, let's say. On this one you have to kill a specific amount of enemies within the circle. So what I like to do is I like to go one side, let the guys kind of walk into the circle, and then as I'm killing them, it's counting for the kills within. So as they get closer and closer and closer, we're going to be able to. Okay, we got the achievement. An easy thing to do here is if you pay attention at the bottom, it highlights which skills affect as you're doing things. So if you don't want to pay attention a lot and you say that I want to get something to affect everything, what you do is you go through them like that. So straight away you see 2 skills get affected, 1 skill, all skills. So this is a generic thing for all your powers, the rest are not so good. Obviously you can read them, but I will go, for example, power cooldown speed, faster cast speed for all the powers. Sometimes you get this, again, this affects 2. Let's go for this one, additional power for 2 of the skills. Sometimes you get specific powers which allow you, 3 guys have spawned here, they're helping us. They're allowing you to become a little bit more, how can I say it, they give you buffs, which will last for around 60-70 seconds. So yeah, I think this is quite good. I don't want to, like I said, bore everybody. This is the whole concept. This is the first stage that we're playing. I haven't dedicated a lot of time, but it does seem a lot interesting. There's a lot of characters to play with different skills. Each one of these characters, we're able to quite a bit fend enemies quite a bit. I will fast forward and we'll go towards the end, and we'll do the closing statements for this video. Okay, so let's pick up back from where we were. We got 5 seconds. We have created like a little circle and we're about to finish the stage. So once the stage finishes, location has been completed. We'll give you a little bit of an overview of what your stats were and what you actually gained, and you can move forward. So that's about it. That's all I want to mention. It's a very nice game as per my opinion. I will give it an 8 out of 10. Very nice, very fun, casual game. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it wasn't too long. And I'll be just goodbye. Goodbye.